6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aha, ne mazuka wewe. No sound.
There's no sound.
Now much better.
Oh man, I hate technology. I don't think anyone heard me, to be honest with you. Let's have a look.
No comments in the.
There's comments in there. So we'll quickly go through it again. Become a member, donate, buy some tickets, hit the thumbs up button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Donate if you want to. Bottom corner. Blah 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 blah. I've had a marrow. I put it on mute because I was doing loads of stuff and the missus came in the kitchen and I was talking and I could hear everything in the headphones. I was like, I'll just put it on mute, and I forgot to unmute it. Normally when you play a video, it normally unmutes itself after it finishes, so I don't know what happened there. But there we go. Andy, can't make the show live, but I'll watch it later. Got Athletic Club against Azir in the Copa del Rey. Watch Sky Football Premiership Team of the Season video yesterday. Toon has 5 players in it. Port, Burn, Trips, Miggy and Bruno. Botman got a mention as well. I don't know how Botman's not in the Dutch squad. It's absolutely crazy. Not sure why they went with Arteta for manager over Eddie Howe, especially with such a heavy Toon presence. Well, it's because Arsenal are top of the league, aren't they? And they're running away with it at the moment. There's the link if you want to become a member. Even though... Turn on your mic bars. By the way, like I said, that was for the deaf people so they can lip read. You see, that's why I do that. I think you muted Baz. Sure. Yeah, sound, no sound. Baz, no sound. Baz is having another Maro. He cannot hear us. What have I just walked into? Me being an idiot, basically. Good job for Maro. Is it now the Baz? I think it is. I actually think it is. Yeah, close. It is getting to it. Oi. Are you up northeast? Right, getting chased, dude. Hey, glad you beat Chelsea. Been a good weekend for sport. I was at City for our epic away win. Nice. Morrow has a bad cough. Even though Morrow's much better now after he's shaking and shivering and everything the last time he was on. Guys, amazing result. It is an amazing result, Kevin. So let's start talking about it. This is why we're here. We're talking about the 1-0 victory yesterday. It was a hard-fought game, but it was brilliant. First of all, though, we're not going to give them much coverage, but we have to say this. He's on about sports washing again, but by the way, protesting against human rights, violations, but wearing Nike, Adidas trainers and drinking Diet Coke that Saudi has stakes in it. And you know what it is?
Absolutely.
I've had it confirmed, and one of the guys is in the chat who knows one of these people. They're Mackhams. They're actually Sunderland fans. So please don't follow them. Don't get involved. Don't give them any more airtime. They're Mackhams. They're just jealous. It's as simple as that. A massive shout out for War Flags. Again, absolutely incredible before kickoff. You know, obviously Remembrance Day. They had flags in the Gallagher end as well of Miggy and all them stuff. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I mean, we run out with superlatives to talk about them, don't we, Mauro? They just smash it out of the park every home game, don't they?
They are amazing, really, really, and every time I think they've done brilliantly, they can do better. Next time they do it better. So it's just nothing can surprise me anymore. The job they do, it's amazing. All heads down to you guys. Really, really amazing.
Definitely. And he says, what's Mauro done now? No, it was me again. Decided to have the mute button on and forgot it was on. Hi, all. Great time to be a Mag fan. It really is, Alan. Welcome to the chat.
Definitely.
Another statement win. This was the biggest statement win for me. Alright, Peter, the nurse from the bog. Great show, Baz. Where are we going to finish realistically and who are we going to sign? We only just started the show, Steve. So it's not a great show yet, and I've had a mare already. I reckon we're going to finish top 4 now, Mauro. Do you agree?
Yeah, before the season, I thought 5th, 6th would be a really good finish, but now really the expectations have gone up, and we now have a little time for our players who have little injuries, like Isaac, Maxi, and others, so they can get healed, they can get another mini preseason and be prepared for the restart. So, as I said, expectations have gone up. If we bring a player or two in the winter, I think we could finish top 4 with the way we are playing. Yeah.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And who we're going to sign? I mean, Bob's your uncle. There's quite a lot of flying around, but Madison, Diaby, Alvarez, they're all high up on the list. I can't give you a name of who we're definitely going to sign because we don't do that on this channel unless we've got 100% concrete information, but we will always give you information about people we're interested in and hopefully beat the mainstream news if we're lucky. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Even in Baz can't believe we're in Dreamland 3 in the Premier League. I know, Gordon. It's just unreal. Knew there were some idiots. They really are. Are you allowed to be a Mackham in this group? You can be a Mackham in the chat, yeah. But, you know, don't start a group and pretend to be Newcastle fans. It's pathetic. Really, it is. I agree. They're all Sunderland fans. They are, because one of the guys in the chat, I'm not going to name him, went to school with one of them, and that's why we know he's a Mackham. So there you go.
Season ticket holder, Sunderland,
yeah,
for Sunderland.
Exactly. War Flag's the best in the league. Definitely Gerrit of my bog. Not a statement win anymore, just expected. Hey, that is so true as well at the moment, isn't it? Mara, don't be miserable. We'll come third. Next Premier League game is on Boxing Day, away to Leicester. Sounds silly as it's November, I know. Well, actually, the next game could be in December. The Carling Cup, Carabao Cup, Milk Cup, Tin Pot Cup, League Cup, whatever you want to call it. That could be, it's week commencing the 19th of December. So that is actually going to be our next game at St James's Park. So Arsenal away would be very interesting in the new year now. It will be. Madison injured. Is that going to change things? I don't know. It depends how bad his injury was. He didn't look too concerned when he was sitting on the bench. So the way to look at it, lads, out of the rest of the teams in the league, is there 4 other teams better than NUFC? I don't think there is. We're Champions League bound. Name them. I love it. Name who? I'm not naming the person in the group who knows who the Macam is. It's not fair. You give me the information in a private group, so I don't want to put his name out there unless he wants it out there. Cool scored a PK and a fantastic goal yesterday from the Mariners. Really hope we can get special dispensation following World Cup so we can start integrating them into 21s. Yeah, I was going to show the goal, but I never got it downloaded, unfortunately. Try again. We would like to see Isak by Boxing Day, fingers crossed. That is true. It was great touch on it on the outside of his right foot to bring it down, and then he smashed it on that tight angle. More interesting will be Arsenal at St James's Park. That will tell us a lot about both teams. Yes, that is true. That's near the back end of the season, though. Andy B, depends how bad Madison's injury is, which it does. Just call it that shiny thing we're getting. I know Magpies love shiny things, so yes. If Madison's out of the World Cup, maybe Willock could get a late call, potentially. But I don't think Madison's going to be out. He looked too happy, didn't he, on the bench, Mauro?
Yeah, and I didn't hear any news about his injury. I think if it was something serious, it would probably been out already. So it's probably something lighter. You should be okay for the World Cup.
Yeah. Further, I agree with some of these games, but not all of them. Brighton, definitely not robbed. Lucky to get a point, if I'm completely honest with you. Palace, yes, robbed. Should have been 3 points. Liverpool, robbed. Yes, should have been a point. Man City, not robbed. That was a thrilling game, and I don't remember any decisions going either way. Remember, there was a red card that got overturned as well.
I think there was a potential penalty in the end. I think even the what's his name? The guy that former referee that comments on the referee decision. I think he said that it was a penalty. I think I am not 100% sure as far as I can remember, but
Brighton definitely not.
Brighton and Liverpool,
yeah. I mean, Liverpool we were robbed a little bit, but Brighton we were definitely not robbed. They were much better team on the day. Palace, yes.
Very, very well.
Liverpool, yes. I still think Man City, we weren't really robbed that much. I mean, it was just a great game to be involved in, to be honest with you.
It was an amazing game.
Either team was worth it. Can't wait until we return from the World Cup. Hope everyone stays fit. That's the most important thing. It won't be long until we're singing along to Freddie Mercury. We are the champions of the world. Yep. Madison is just a knock. He put up on Twitter that he can't wait to meet up with the England squad. There we go. Madison tweeted he's okay. Hope Eddie says his entire squad is uncontactable and somewhere abroad. Mauro, good call. Hope Shaw isn't too badly injured. Didn't look comfortable at full time. No, but again, he's got plenty of time to recover. The goalkeeper didn't even make an effort to save it. He knew the whistle had gone. There was no way that goal was going in. But the referee should have let play on to see how it went. But he did scuff it, and it wasn't good. Nah. Liverpool robbed a little bit. Should have got a point. Isak's second goal at Anfield should have stood, but he was offside, so it shouldn't. I'm afraid the lines were right. I know it's a tight call, and I know it's a horrible call, but them's the rules. Austria in the World Cup, so therefore would Shaw play? I don't think he is, and I think Shaw's
Switzerland,
isn't he? Switzerland as well, yeah. Swiss,
yeah.
But Switzerland are in the World Cup, are they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Well, he's going to the World Cup then.
Yeah. So it's 3 England guys, Shaw and Bruno. Those are our 5 guys that are going to the World Cup.
Right. No one else?
No.
There's no one else really. I mean, Kraft might have made it if he wasn't injured.
Kraft and Isak, but they are not there. So.
He wasn't. Botman's ankle looked more of a concern than Shaw, to be fair. But Botman's got plenty of time. He's not in the World Cup, and then he's Swiss, and then thank you. Right, where were we up to? Team lineups. Let's talk about them. So Chelsea, when I saw this, I was not worried. I was not scared. Loftus-Cheek in there. Hall, never even heard of him. And I know Potter likes his younger players. But Brozier up front as well hasn't exactly set the world alight. Gallagher's not exactly been fantastic. I mean, when you looked at that team, did you think, Jesus, we can get at these?
No, I was feeling really confident when I saw the lineups, their lineup especially. And, As you said, Hall is a new player in that team. Gallagher is not playing. Broa is not playing really good this season. So yeah, the Thiago Silva, their defense general was not there. So I felt really confident before the game.
And you look at the bench; everyone's there. It's like, what was he playing
Yes.
at? It was
I don't know whether Aubameyang and such and Havertz, players like them, had any injury problems or why they were not playing, but it gave us a good start and to feel confident at the start with that team.
Definitely.
Which we proved later.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we called the lineup perfectly. There's not many would have got this wrong. We did get a text message in our group, didn't we? An hour and a half before kickoff saying that Chris Wood would start over Wilson. And we knew that Joe Linton would come straight back in. I was a bit surprised to see Joe Linton as the front three on the left. I thought that Willock would have been further up and Joe Linton would have sat deeper, but I think they changed that later in the game because Willock was further up front, wasn't he?
Yeah, they changed a lot during the game. So the Willock and Big Joe were interchanging all of the time. So either Geraldton and Willock were on the left wing and he was coming back, and I think they did it a lot of those interchanges during the game. So they are both comfortable on the left wing. So it was maybe it was also tactical decision to attack that side of the Chelsea's defense.
Yeah. Leslie's put us right. There's Kalul as well. So 6 players at the World Cup.
Oh yeah, he's playing. He's called up for. So there is. He's joining us in the winter, but he's still. Although he has great statistics, he still hasn't started the game for Mariners. So he's every time he comes in from the bench, and also this will be his first appearances for Australian, so he's still not qualified for work permit. And I see in the group some of the guys mentioned if he does start every game, and if Australia progresses to the next round, so he might qualify. If not, he will probably be loaned for this season somewhere like Portugal to get work permit necessary qualifications. Yeah, but he looks amazing player, really, really good.
Bottom up the Dutch squad is an insult. Ake, come on, Van Gaal. I know I don't understand it. Not sure I even care about their lineup anymore. I'm not, but we've got to look. Did we win? Yes. Chelsea starting 11 didn't worry me. However, when they brought on 4 super subs, all within 5 minutes, I had a wobbly bum. But then they were still shy, so it didn't matter. I mean, it got very interesting. Thought their young lad Hall was pretty good. He was. Don't get me wrong. I was just like, who is he? Chelsea have been ordinary. They have been this season. Potter needs a transfer window. Amazing how a player like Haaland isn't going to the World Cup due to team not qualifying. It's crazy. And he's definitely not scoring 40 Premier League goals this season. I called it. I told you guys to cash out. He's not doing it. Short notice, but do a side-by-side of both teams. I can't. It's too short notice, mate. I'll try and get it in near the end or something. It seems like the Dutch are not pleased with Sven's decision not to accept prior call-up. I know that was for the under-23s, though, not for the actual main side, wasn't it? He didn't want to go to the under-23s and he wanted to concentrate on his Newcastle getting into the starting 11. So it's a bit of a... Yeah. Chris Wood put a shift in. He did. We're going to talk about all that later. What fettle, lads? I don't know what fettle. I'm in a grey fettle, let's be honest. Darren Ambrose thinks we are in the title race. I do. If you watch the live watch along, I give the speech. They were tired. Oh, God, yeah. Where you lads all hoping Burn launched Havertz at the end, I was cheering them on. It was brilliant. We're going to talk about that soon. To say how well did we defend. Be interesting to see how far we can run collectively yesterday. Oh, yeah, no. I heard players need to play in 70% of their games to get work visa, otherwise a special request can be made. Seems logical for a young player who would have to wait to rack up games. Exactly. Darren Ambrose thought he was a decent winger too. Too many injuries, many games a week. I feel very sorry for them. I like Darren Ambrose. Scored a cracking goal at Old Trafford, I remember, for us. Who would have thought Burn v Havertz is the rivalry needed? Yeah, he absolutely murdered him. Havertz is more of a clown than Ronald McDonald and one of the dirtiest players in the Premier League. Absolutely agree. So let's talk about some of the action. So there wasn't really much action in the first half, really, was there? It was a bit of a dull, dire game. But it all came alive in the second half. Sean Longstaff should have put us ahead. I don't know if you can remember the chance. I mean, in the first half, Miggy had a volley, and that was about it. That flew over the bar, and there wasn't much else. We got into some good positions, but our final ball was really frustrating in the first 45 minutes. But the second half, when Miggy did so well to play in Sean down the right-hand side, he was in level with the penalty box. He was just on an angle, and he flicked it over the bar. I was just like, that was the chance. It was a bit gutting. Do you agree? Do you think he should have buried it?
Yeah, he should have, but it was a good game, and although we didn't have so many clear chances, I never felt that we will... I always felt that we are in control of that game. So even later, like the last 10-15 minutes, when we gave them a ball and we got back on counter attack, we had Miggy, we had Wilson, who were prepared to run if we had a counter attack. And but even that, it was not like in Bruce time when everybody would get parking the bus. We were just getting them the ball somewhere around the center, and then we would attack them. So it was just a tactical decision, and as I said, I never felt. I think they only had one real chance, that brilliant Nick Pope save.
We're coming to that. Let's just stick to the Sean Longstaff chance, mate. Stick to the
Longstaff chance. It was a good chance, but Sean Longstaff was brilliant defensively, but was a bit clumsy,
when he gets to the goal.
But he needs to.
He's not normally too bad at finishing, to be fair. We've got to give him a bit of credit, but I just think he should have put it away.
He should have, but
one of those
what
things.
What can we do? Yeah, one of those things.
Yeah, but then obviously the Chelsea chance you're talking about, it came from two sloppy bits of play, really, because Trips give the ball away on the right-hand side. Their player was burning into the box, and then he drifted. I think it was Brozier, wasn't it? Or someone like that. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Pulisic, but he was quick. And he got round, I think it was Shaw. He got round very comfortably, but then Trips was back in there to defend. Absolutely brilliant to get the ball away. Then he laid it off to Bruno on the edge of the box. And then Bruno tries to dribble past someone. It's like, what are you doing? Don't do that there. He loses out. It comes to Gallagher, who tries to bend one in the corner. And Pope was clever to it. He obviously saw it from his foot, and he pulled off a one-handed, brilliant stretching save, which turns out to be the save of the game, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And it's not easy for a goalkeeper when you have such a good defense, when you have such rare chances, and you are not how do you say, you are not hot all of the time. So you have to very rarely make a save, and especially save like that. So I think our defense is a bit of a problem for Pope. If our defense was a little bit worse, if Pope had to make more every game, he had to make more saves, he would probably have a better chance of being the number one for England than this. But every little chances that get past our great defense, Pope is always brilliant to catch it. And for me, he should be number one. But as far as I know, Southgate, he will probably start with Pickford, and he will probably play Trips on left back or something like that. He used to do before, which for me is definitely not fair, because he is definitely the best right back in Premier League this season by far.
Yeah, he is. But Luke Shaw's doing a decent job at Man United, apparently. They apparently had a good game today. But there you go. But yes, that was Chelsea's only shot on goal, I believe, on target, I should say. They did have another sneaky effort almost. The one when the low cross and Havertz jumped over it and it hit Pope's knee. It wasn't an effort on goal, but it was a dangerous situation. But again, we dealt with it really well. And we dealt with most of things really well all night. The goal came from a long ball over the top to get Miggy in. I thought Koulibaly should have really cleaned Miggy out, considering the size difference. But Miggy got there first, headed it round him, dribbled past him, faked his shot, and then because he was running along the box, Willock was just coming onto it perfectly, and he just took over, and he just bent that ball brilliantly into the top corner, and I went absolutely nuts. I think St James's Park roof came off. Everyone was dancing, and it reminded me of the Hayden winner in the last minute with a header. It just in the Gallagher end, that feeling, the knee slide, the basketball finish. It was just it was a beautiful goal, wasn't it?
It was an amazing goal, and I'm not sure it was Miggy's intention to let Willock score. I think he was trying to make a space for.
Definitely trying to make space for himself, but Willock read it so well. He realised
amazing
he had a better opportunity because his body shape, he was grounded, where Miggy would have been off balance, wouldn't he? So he just thought,
probably. Yeah, in the end, it came out perfect, and it came out perfect, and Willock just got the perfect shot and put it in the corner where there was no chance for the goalkeeper to get it. So it was an amazing goal.
And then Chelsea made about 5 changes. They threw all the kitchen sink at us, and we stayed strong. Bruno nearly got himself sent off if he made contact with the defender with a horrible challenge. And then there was Dan Burn just went through the player. It was a beautiful tackle on the edge of the box. And then that sparked the controversy at the end of the game, didn't it? Where everyone started almost fighting. I mean, why would you start a fight with Dan Burn? You're not going to win.
You're not going to win, definitely.
Oh, stupid.
Yeah, it was Kovacic trying to make a shot, and it was just a perfect tackle from Dan Burn. And yeah, and even the Lascelles from the side, he did a contribution which was
brilliant.
Great.
Yeah, he was trying to take the throw in, and he stopped him from taking it. He got a yellow card. Yeah, that is just fantastic.
That is amazing.
Even when Dan Burn was getting started on, did you see Murphy run up?
Yeah,
little Murphy. It was just like, and then he just walked away.
But it's just amazing, the team spirit, and how they all defend each other, they all get in, and yeah, it's amazing to see Chelsea. They have so many big stars, and they have no how would I say, not respect, but they have no they just I'm not sure what the word would be, but they don't have any. They don't let them.
They don't have the teams.
Just
the camaraderie.
Yeah, camaraderie. Yeah, it's just at the best, and amazing to see.
It was absolutely brilliant. And the final whistle goes, and it all starts and kicks off again. It was beautiful to watch, and I had it.
Yeah.
Again, I wanted to put the video up of it all kicking off, but I'm not allowed, which is a shame. Last game of the season, Chelsea away. I wonder if we'll be fighting for a European spot between us. Oh, God, yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But we're 9 points clear of them at this point. This is how important this game was today. 9-point gap. That is huge, especially if we buy 2 or 3 players in January. We've got a chance of cementing our place in that top 4, I'm telling you. Yes, I did see his goal. It was absolutely fantastic. I believe he got an assist as well. He got 2 goals, didn't he? Hi, Bars and Maro. It says, I like coffee. These are the types of wins that win teams titles, and we showed that yesterday. We did. I'm amazed Chelsea put the free header wide. Yes, I forgot about that one. There was a decent chance of a header, but he got put off, didn't he? I think that's why it went wide. I love it how Eddie almost encouraged the lads to knock people when they start. Definitely. You've got to be strong in this league. If you're not strong, you just get eaten up. Will the Football Manager streams continue? Yes, they will. Liam will be flying with their mate. Who was having a go at Big Joe Linton at the final whistle? Saw a video on the guy was half Joe size. I know. What was he playing at? It was some of the Chelsea backroom staff or something. What a tackle by Burn on Kovacic near the end. Hard by Fair. It really was. When Isak and Wilson are back, we won't worry about finishing. No, we definitely won't. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to Chris Wood because a lot of people hammer him. Again, he worked these socks off, and you could see when he got substituted, Trippier was over there to give him, a low 10. and to congratulate him for putting his performance in. We know Chris Wood's not the greatest player in the world. We know he's not what we need, where we're going, but we have him right now. And when he's called upon, he gives 110%. And
every game,
every time, even if he's asked to go on for 2 minutes and make himself, a nuisance, he'll go on and do it. He doesn't whinge, he doesn't complain. And the lad deserves a bit more credit than what he gets sometimes. And that goal last week at Southampton was at a pivotal point in that game as well. And it was a great goal. So, I know he's not the best, and I know Wilson's better, I know Isak's better, and he knows that. But you can't knock the lad for doing what he loves and fighting for the shirt and fighting to be in the team. So, and when he's called upon, he does it with a smile on his face, and he works his arse off. So, big up to him, because the players obviously appreciate the work that he puts in, because he's up there by himself and he tries to do his best. And there was a little bit of decent play one where he came off the back four and chested the ball down and got people into play. People forget about those little things sometimes. It's good that we can not be at our best and still grind a result. We were far superior in the second half. Willock's goal was a reet blinder. Absolutely agree, Mick. We weren't at our best either with Chelsea. It was a horrible game, really, to watch. It was a nerve-wracking game, but we did what we needed to do. I had to laugh when I saw Murphy run over to get in the Aggie. I know, honestly, it was crazy. I'd still be happy with 7th, but I can dream. I'm dreaming top 4 now. Miggy made Koulibaly look like Titus Bramble. He did. I love to have Shearer mic'd up and listen to him on a watch along. Yeah, me too. Do you think J7 and Murphy will get fines or suspensions from yesterday, or do you think Newcastle will be fined for not controlling players like Liverpool? I think it'll be more of a fine, won't it? How much is their squad's worth? A hell of a lot of money. Most probably $250,000. Port was man of the match for me. We'll come to that a little bit later. How can T-Rex? I know he had a shocker for Everton as well recently. Morrow is always having more than I love it.
Their 2 left backs are worth more than 150 millions, I think, and our 2 less than 30. So and they are playing way better.
Maguire was underrated. No, Andy, no. I want to see Miggy's reaction to Willock's goal. Yeah, of course, Newsgate will pick dinosaur arms. Yeah, we probably will, even though we got the best defense in the league. Mara's right, Miggy was going to smack that. He was going to smack it, but he was being off balance, and the way Willock was coming onto it was just perfect for him. But who cares? Miggy gets the assist and Willock gets the goal. It's what dreams are made of. I'm glad ASM didn't come on. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but we needed warriors at that point, didn't we? So I'm glad he stayed on the bench. Potter blame it. I know, right? Potter needs to just be careful. He doesn't want to become one of those managers. It's the first time he's managing a team that's in Europe and in the Premier League. Get fucking used to it, pal. You've got the job of your dreams. Don't be a dick. Murphy ran and tweaked and nibbled, then hid behind the Hordens. Yeah, he did. It's like me in a fight. Me personally think Chelsea was a big step for Potter. It's a huge step for Potter and he deserves it, but he just needs to stop being a dick. No manager of the month curse, which is nice. Potter said we played 1 game. It's like, tough shit, it's not our fault. Must admit, I did enjoy the fight at the end. I mean, everyone did. God, I'm just trying to get to the end of the listening to trips and interviews and how he handles himself. Everyone else think he looks like a potential future gaffer. Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with that. This World Cup has come totally the wrong time for us. Our form is bang on right now. Just hope we can pick it up in a month. 2 seconds. Hello. I think you've gone a bit echoey, Mauro. Do you want to come out and come back in again?
Yeah, okay.
Cheers, pal. I feel sorry for them. So many games, so little money. I know. Do you know what I mean? Does my head in that. Mauro's obviously gone a bit robotically, so I've asked him to come out and come back in again. Hello, Ben. Thanks for joining the chat, mate. Hello.
Hi, is it better now?
It's better. There's no robot now. The picture we all wait for. It's nice to see Bruno with a massive smile on his face. I have to admit, though, Shelby's bent over and looking a little bit worried with that player behind him. Is it Murphy? I love looking out for the stupid stuff in it, but again, it just shows the togetherness of the team, doesn't it, Mauro?
Definitely. And it's funny how the other teams have started to copy us with these team photos, and nobody did it before, and now there are a couple of teams that do this, and but it's amazing. And every game, after every game, this photo, every player, even the ones who didn't play even a single minute, they all look excited, and it shows what the team spirit Eddie Howe has implemented, and how all the guys, even when they don't play, they just love. And you could perfectly see it from the Lascelles contribution from the sideline yesterday. It's just, if they don't play, they just support the guys that do play, and it's unbelievable to see.
All in it together. There's the stats from the game. Like I said, it wasn't exactly the greatest. But again, the possession was almost 50-50. Total shots, we had 10 free on target. They had 5, 2 on target. Shots off target, 3 and 2. Shots blocked, 4 and 1. In the second half, we were really piling on the pressure, to be fair. Big chances, we had 2. They had none. Big chances missed. Obviously, we missed 2 of them. Shots inside the box, 8 and 4. Shots outside the box, 2 and 1. And goalkeeper saves, 2 each. Passes almost identical. Chelsea just passed the ball a little bit more. Accurate passes, almost exactly the same. Long balls, exactly the same percentage-wise. Crosses, we beasted them on them. So as you can see, it was really a very frustrating game. Get your man of the matches in the chat. Johnny Sins. What the hell? Okay, Ben. I think I'm going to just put you in timeout with that one. And put you in a timeout as well. Right. So, some idiots in the chat by the looks of things. So, get your man of the matches in. I'm going to read out a few quotes from Twitter. So, there's 482 likes on this, and there was loads of people messaged, which was great. Botman, Longstaff was quietly class as well, though. Pope, you can't give it to Pope. He only made 1 save, really. Botman were closely followed by Joe Linton. Not a huge Linton fan, but he had a great game. Botman 2. Trippier for me. Reminds me of Venison when we first signed him. Led the defence and took them forward. There's some good stuff in here. Longstaff for me, everywhere, yet again, and a big reason for the 6th winning run. Just like it was with Chris Wood for me. Do you know what I mean? It's when we had that 10 unbeaten last season. Botman was great, but I'd say it was between Joelinton and Willock. Joelinton worked so hard and made a huge difference, and Willock was the great goal, makes it tough to decide. You know, there was so many of you who actually got involved in this. I just literally couldn't keep up with what was going on. Botman and Longstaff, Willock, Byrne. You know, there's so many different ones. Trippier, he was everywhere. You know, I mean, he was, to be fair. I mean, everyone was everywhere, weren't they? Tough one, bars. Joe Linton, Willock, Botman were all class. People agree with me. I said Botman was man of the match, to be completely honest with you. There we go. You're gone. I think it was a complete team performance, outstanding. You know, some absolute great comments in there. Someone said Botman 100%. I went Botman because I thought, do you want the one reason why I give it to Botman above everyone? Can you remember the incident in the first half when the ball got played over the top and Botman was about to be outpaced, and then he was going to knock it back to the keeper and decided not to and just turned the striker and coolly played it out to the left-hand side? I was like, that is why that man is class.
He is class, definitely. I'm really surprised he's not called up for the Dutch squad, because I think him and Van Dijk would be a perfect pairing. But yeah, they have the Ligt. He's playing good for Bayern this season after the transfer, but I think Botman is, for me, would be in front of him.
Yeah, true, Steve. But I just don't think one save gets a man in the match. To be honest with you, I think the defense in front of them for only letting them have one shot on goal is the reason why I've given the man in the match to Botman. I'm not sure about this, lad. Do you know? No, it's just a piece of crap. I'm not falling for stuff like that. We'll put you in a timeout as well. I will keep listening. The squad. The Cells gets booked when he isn't even on the pitch. I know, but he was brilliant. I will leave you to. Sorry, Steve. I don't know if they're coming through, but I've just decided just to go on a bit of a blocking spree there. Botman, honestly, cool as anything. Trippier is world class in my mind. He is world class. But yeah, so for me, Botman was man of the match. Do you agree or disagree?
I mean, he was great, but for me, Trippier was like not just yesterday, but last 5 or 6 games he's been amazing, and you can see by that statistic for a right back. It's unbelievable, really. It's mental. It's the way he's playing, and he was great while he was at Tottenham. He was really one of the best right backs in the Premier League. But what his stint, it's only a year and a half, if I'm correct. How much he spent at Atletico Madrid, but he improved so much, and he's like twice the better player than he was before at Tottenham, and it's unbelievable. And what a smart move from our owners and Eddie Howe to bring him really amazing signing.
Absolutely. I mean, those stats are unbelievable. First in 3 of them, second in 1, and third in 1 of them for a right back. It's just incredible. A few little tweets from the players. Very good team spirit. Very proud of the boys. Let's keep going. See you after the World Cup. Love it. Brilliant result again. First part of the season over. We can be really proud of what we've achieved. Looking forward to representing my country in the World Cup now. Thanks for your support, and we'll be back soon. Incredible. And Jordan, whatever you pronounce his last name on TalkSport, needs to have a word with himself, because players went round to applaud the fans, to show their appreciation of how good they've been. And to put that tweet out that he did just shows you that he's still got no class, even though he talks about us quite well sometimes, but he's still a dick. Honestly, Trips is the best signing he is. Botman has really showed up the defence. He has. Do you think Trippier's time at Athletic Madrid has made him the player he is now at Newcastle? Well, yeah, and Tottenham.
Definitely.
To be fair, he was class at Tottenham. But
he's a class above now, really.
Yeah.
And that's the same effect that Eddie Howe had from his, I think, month and a half learning while he was on sabbatical. He spent month and a half learning from Diego Simeone, and they always complained about that he was great attacking coach, but not good defensively. I think he really learned a lot from Diego Simeone, and defense-wise, there is no better coach that you can learn. Not just defense, but also how to maintain a team spirit, how to make the boys fight, all 11 of them for every ball. And I think that really did him a lot of good. And he is a better coach now, same as the Trippier is a better player now after spent a year and a half at Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. This is another reason why I went for Botman man in the match. Sven Botman was 100% in his successful tackles, made 2 out of 2. His ground duel battles, he won 3 out of 3, and headed clearances, he made 2 out of 2 for Newcastle United against Chelsea. I mean, he's RoboCop, isn't he? He's just absolutely brilliant. And that's one of the reasons why I went with him. Yeah. I wish the season could continue. I'm honestly not even excited for the World Cup. I just want to watch the 2. I know, me too. There's only one footage of the last 10 minutes shit show. Nope, unfortunately not. We wouldn't have Trippier only for Howe, Shadow and Atletico Madrid's training sessions for 6 months. That is also very true as well. He wanted to come home. In our Facebook group, Through Black and White Eyes, it's private, but you can always join it. People are now starting to realise how good Sean Longstaff is. I absolutely love it. Real team effort. This is about man in the match again. The defence was outstanding. Longstaff had a great game, in my opinion. He gets a lot of stick, but tonight he was outstanding. I agree. He starts off slow, and after 10 minutes, he gets stronger and stronger and better. hell of an engine. And then I agree, Longstaff put one hell of a shift in. I'll forgive him for the odd mistake and he not be a world beater. But when you see the comment like he showed yesterday, you take your hat off to him and applaud the lad. You know, it's great that he's finally getting the plaudits, because Sean Longstaff, I've always said, he's not the greatest player in the world. He's not a Bruno. He does have his limitations. But when it comes to defending and doing that press and getting everyone going together, there's nobody better at the moment. And he's in there on merit, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And if he only had a bit more like offensive touch, like a pass, and he has a great shot, but not on regular basis. But he would be like, I think he would be in the English squad probably. But as you said, defensive wise, he's really, and a lot of times he's always the first to press attacking players, like defenders of the opposing team that have the ball. He's all over the pitch and really deserves the recognition he now gets.
Definitely. It's not a WhatsApp group, mate. We've got a Facebook group called Through Black and White Eyes. You've got to find it on Facebook. And we have a banter group on Twitter. So if you want to be in it, drop me a message on Twitter. Botman, he'll be back. I like it. We've got to talk about Eddie Howe very quickly. I know we've already spoke a little bit about him. Third, November the 8th, 2021, Eddie Howe hired as Newcastle United head coach with club 6 points from safety. November the 12th, 2022, NUFC's 1-0 win over Chelsea and Newcastle will be third in the Premier League table at Christmas for the first time since 2001-2002. What a difference a year makes. Longstaff just needs to move the ball a bit quicker when he receives it. Great engine, box-to-box player. Everybody else, I only want to see him get better. Exactly, he does need to move the ball faster. I like Botman, but would prefer Target, Burn, and Shaw and back four. Definitely not. Botman is unbelievable. I'm sorry, you've had a mare there. That's a Mora award in my eyes. Before we go, let's have a look at the table. Alan Shearer tweeted it out with loads of laughing and black and white dots. 30 points, guys, with 10 points off safety. How crazy is that, considering a year ago we only had 6 points? It's mental. Absolutely mental. Yes, we played a game more than Man City and Arsenal, but we're in this title race. We're only 7 points behind Arsenal. Anything can happen. Like we said, Man City, Arsenal, they play Wednesday, Saturday, or Thursday, Sunday. There's so much that can happen in this title race. And to be honest with you, 7-point gap to fifth as well. Oh no, Man United won, didn't they? Damn it.
Yeah.
3-point gap to fifth, I should say. But then you look at sixth, Liverpool, 8 points behind us. Chelsea, 9 points behind us. Brighton also got beat today. You know, we are in one hell of a position. And the last time we had this amount of points at this stage of the season, we finished second. And that was a long time ago.
And we have to play both Manchester United and Liverpool at home. So we play the away games. So that's also important for the Champions League fight.
Exactly. Yes, I did see the new sponsorship. They were obviously in talks. I think there's going to be more sponsorship coming soon. The training ground, the naming rights of the stadium, all that to be put up. Would prefer Target over Burn at left back. I mean, after yesterday, can you really say that? Looking forward to the World Cup. We're really 10 points and 5 points behind with goals in hand. It's crazy. Didn't the Simpsons have a record out in the 90s called Do the Botman? They did. However, if we beat Arsenal twice, we're only 4 points behind. Exactly. And Arsenal will drop points eventually. They won't carry this run on. I was sceptical at Burn being left back over Target, but it's seriously working. You just can't drop him from that position. You can't drop him from the team because that's the problem. How's Shea doing? Shea's doing well. He was going to try and get on tonight, but he was dropping off his daughter somewhere and he wasn't going to get back in time. But he will be back, I promise you. Like last season, we gave a Champions League. We beat Arsenal and destroyed their title chances, I know, and then win the title. No, don't want Hazard on loan. Don't want to come anywhere near our football club.
No.
Has Target decided to be Scot or Englishman now for his international games? I don't think I think he wants to play for England, and we don't want Hazard. Final little say before I go. It's been a great show as always. You guys in the chat have really made it as ever. But congratulations to England's T20 World Cup squad. They won the World Cup today, beating Pakistan in a very nail-biting game. But Stokes saw it home, and England are world champions again. So that's a 50-50 World Cup in the bag and the T20 World Cup in the bag. So absolutely amazing that. I take Hazard 4 years ago, not today. Exactly. Greetings from Indonesia. Dante, thank you for joining. Hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. And I'm afraid you'll have to go back to the start and watch the show because it's just finished. I'm going to put my pizza in the oven and I'm going to eat some food before I go to bed and then nail another 12-hour shift tomorrow, another 12-hour shift on Tuesday, another 12-hour shift on Wednesday, and the final one on Thursday, a nice 60-hour week. Yes, we bowled brilliantly well. It was absolutely fantastic. Is it Man City v Arsenal, their game in hand? Oh, that is interesting. Oh, I like that. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow night with a Premier League review. We're moving that to Monday so we can do Gallagher Girls on Tuesday because I'm on night shift Wednesday, Thursday, so I can't do it. I forgot to subscribe, but now I am already. Brilliant, Dante. Thank you so much, pal. That means a lot. But it's been an absolute pleasure doing the show with Mauro, as always, with his insights. And like I say, we're back tomorrow night for the Premier League review, Gallagher Girls on Tuesday, and then keep an eye out for more stuff because during the World Cup, we'll be doing lots of things, lots of EA Sports stuff with Liam. And Mauro, me and you need to start looking at our scouting system, don't we?
Yeah. Well,
there'll be lots of stuff. Night, Simon. Thanks for joining me. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. There's not much left of it. It's now time to watch Nick Hancock. Not Nick. Is it Nick Hancock? Yeah, the twat, whatever he's called. Eat some shit in the jungle because that's what we do now. We just watch politicians eat dick and eat minge and eat anus for a laugh. You've got to love it.
Interesting.
It is. Take care, everyone.
Bye.